Welcome back to the cookie jar. Today we're working on the 5th recipe out of the Strawberry Shortcake Murder. It is called Hawaiian Flan, which is this page and these pages out of the book. For this, we are preheating the oven before we start. You're going to need a cup of white sugar, half a cup of water, 6 eggs, 1 can sweetened condensed milk. Don't use evaporated milk, it won't work. A 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1½ cups pineapple juice, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 small can crushed pineapple, well drained, and sweetened whipped cream topping, optional. There aren't any real big notes on it other than be careful, this is extremely hot. When making the caramel sauce, you may hear cracking noises as the caramel cools. Don't worry, it's the caramel, not your pan. As far as beating the eggs, it will take a while if you don't have an electric mixer. It says it can be served cold or warm. Make sure you have a flat bowl or a deep-lipped plate so the caramel sauce doesn't overflow when you're done and you turn it out. Dolores prefers this custard chilled. Andrea says it's best at room temperature, and I like it warm. Okay, so we have everything laid out in the kitchen, so let's get in there and get started. Here's everything we're going to need for the custard and the caramel sauce. Now, the crushed pineapple that it calls for is actually just like a topping bit, so if you like pineapple, go for it. If not, completely unnecessary. I think something went wrong. Okay, here we go. Attempt number 2 at this caramel topping. 1 cup of sugar, half a cup of water. It says to boil it and stir it at first and then swish it in the pot until golden brown. So this is the second attempt. The first one I thought I had done, and then when I went to pour it out, it just clumped together. It wasn't really a caramel sauce, it was just like clotted sugar. It was chunky. I don't know what went wrong exactly, and this doesn't really give a whole lot of directions as far as to how to do this. I assume we're stirring just until the sugar's dissolved, and then we're swishing the pot around for the rest. But it doesn't say how often or anything like that. Alright, so that's kind of golden. And we're just going to pour it into there. That actually might be too light because you can't even really see it now. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our stand mixer, our eggs, our 6 eggs, and put them, and it says to beat them until they are light, yellow, and thick. Next, I gave it about 4 minutes, and now we're going to add our sweetened condensed milk, our 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, the 1/4 cup of sugar, and the 1½ cups of pineapple juice. Now it says that we are going to strain this into the pan we put our caramel into, which I'm not really sure why we're straining it. There's no chunks in this. So that seems a bit strange to me that we would strain it. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be a mess. I guess there is pineapple bits in the juice. Maybe that's why you have to strain it. Okay, so now it says to put this in the larger pan and slip both pans into the oven and pour hot tap water in until this is halfway submerged. Then we're going to bake it for an hour until a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. We're going to remove it to the custard pan to a wire rack to cool for 10 minutes and then turn it over and pour it out. Now I'm fairly sure I messed up the caramel again, but I don't know. I have made caramel sauces before that have turned out fine. I don't know what's going on with this. But let's get this in the oven with the hot water and set for an hour. Okay, so here we are, 10 minutes out of the oven. Just going to kind of invert a tray. Oh, that's a mess. That is a mess. Well, I think it's safe to say the caramel did not set properly. The flan and the custard looks all right though. So let's see. Okay, so here we go. It is a little jiggly, not much. Okay, so there we go. It does look like a good custard. The caramel sauce, I have made some before that are fabulous. Like there's one on this Sally's Baking Addiction. It's for a salted caramel. Amazing sauce. So I don't know what it was, if it was just bad directions or bad measurements, but the caramel sauce for this did not work. Okay. Well, if anyone likes pineapple scrambled eggs, it'll be delicious. I do not like pineapple scrambled eggs, and that is disgusting. So once again, we have another not bakery, cookie recipe that's terrible. I'm not that much surprised. I'm really not. I want to be, but I'm not. I had a feeling when I had to remake the caramel this morning, it was already going downhill. But yeah, I don't like that one. No, it's just, no, it's terrible. Next week, thankfully, we're back to cookies with the molasses crackles. So we're back on good territory and away from the crazy of these random throw-ins, which is all I can say they are. But if you're interested in the molasses crackles, join us next week. Bye, guys.